Goswami from Project Vision. We've been fortunate enough to be given the role of project manager for this project, and the file does not have a problem. Okay, so we're all good. So this presentation may be a bit repetitive for a few of you because this has been, we have followed this similar format since February. So first time we presented this in February where we were looking at getting the DA preserved. Then we got the DA preserved and it was during the Bhumi Puja again. So we followed the same format. Okay, so the presentation is divided into 4 parts: the current status, milestones, design issues, and costs. And so the current status. So what we had is we had a DA that was going to expire. I forget the date, around mid-February, mid-April. And we started working on the job in February. With God's grace, we were able to preserve the DA. What that means is that that design can always be built till eternity. So we can, it will not expire, and we'll definitely can, because it took over 5 years to get the DA through and Section 96. So it's, Bhumi Puja was 21st, which gave to the start of construction. Project Vision, we got appointed on the 17th of June for the next phase of the job. We have gone to the council looking at, because the original plan was a motel. So when the project was bought, it was a motel that was bought. So that the construction was, the design was very residential motel-like, obviously, and there's a huge changes. As a team, we agreed that we'll go back, and the front part of the design will stay it will be changed to becoming more like a temple, a community center looking design. The back portion will stay a motel because that's exactly what it is even now. So we have gone to the council and presented it, and council is agreeable to see those changes come through. Another main thing that happened is during the time when this project started in design phase, there was not so much development. Currently the development is caught up, and there is a problem with the amount of sewer that can go in. Technical issue, but that needs a Section 96. The council needs to look at the design again because of it is just maxed out on sewer in that council. So we have to accommodate the sewer system by septic tank in the construction area that we have got. So that will require a bit more changes of design. So we have discussed all this with the council. Council is agreeable, and hopefully we can start presenting it. Now we have been now appointed as a designer as well for the construction certificate. So construction certificate is something you need to build. Before that you can't build the buildings. We have a construction certificate where we've got the foundation done and they are all finished. So these are the dates that we presented in February. So we originally said construction certificate will be done on the 8th of April. We started on the 29th. 17th of April we achieved 14th. Construction works were supposed to start on the 15th of June based on the previous drawing. But then after we got the DA approved, the DA preserved, it was decided that we'll change the design and also look at the sewer. So that has not started, and we are hoping we can start by 20 February. Now, So there was a bit of a delay in getting started from the 24th to 17th. Now we have as a team identified the design improvement, so that has been done. We know where we're heading. We've analyzed the full design brief. The brief has been given and been approved by the design team. The next portion is not done as yet, but we have decided whether we're going for the section 96. That's again a decision. So we are going to change the front of the building and look at the sewer system and all in a different light. Architectural work starts from this Monday. So these slides are again presented before. I think we can still stick to this Janmashtami 2021 of 30th August if everything goes smoothly. Every time I hear a clap, I shiver because because I know the distance we have to go. I understand. So anyway, but God as my witness, we'll try our best. And it's funny. It was a date I proposed as a indicator, and it's now become the date. So anyway, and what that will mean is we're going to basically have the building, the front building done. The ground floor is complete, so the detail will be there. The kitchen will be operational. Courtyard should be partially and car parking there. Right now. Completion of stage 2 means the full building. We are hoping 2023, 6 September, that is the Janmashtami date that time. Again, we're obviously assuming that we have continuous work. Now, these are the design issues that we are looking at and has been looked at quite intensively over the last 3-4 meetings we had with the team here, Vijay, Prabhu, whole design team. So, when I said the current design, the design that was given in the DA did not really respond to the way the team and everyone here wants it to be operational. There was very difficult for expansion in future flexibility. We proposed a design in April, just as and that design has been approved by the council and the design team on the 12th of July, so in concept. So we now have to draw it up properly, but conceptually, council has accepted that. There is an issue of acoustics because we just heard some very beautiful music, but in a residential area, these obviously will have an acoustic impact, so we have to look at that. This is what we're trying to do. We're working very closely with the council. We're trying to resolve the pollution requirement. It's very excessive. Council nowadays will put, they don't want to get into trouble, they'll put very many onerous tasks on us, which we try to reduce and make it cheaper. Basically, it's money and time. Again, we're coming back to the sewer. I'm boring you with that sewer thing, but it is very, very critical. But unfortunately, in this project, it's a make or break. It's a structural design we're looking at changing, but it will start once we finalize the design. Again, we'll go back to the structure. There's some, hopefully you can reduce on the structural costs. Transport design, RMS, we have had chats. That may be a non-issue at the moment, and hopefully we'll be able to get that through. RMS should cooperate the way it looks like. Cost-wise, we predicted cost in fundraising during February. We said like it'll be $300,000, and I think we finished. We said $300,000 for the construction certificate, and we wanted $300,000 for the DA works. We ended up with $180,000 and $45,000, which is lucky. We were able to reduce the costing a lot. But that was purely to preserve the DA itself. So stage 1, again, these estimates were given in 2014. I haven't changed them much, but again, it's like how long is a piece of string? It's a building at the moment that we haven't fully detailed out. But we're looking at about $4 million in stage 1, which is basically the front building, ground floor complete, and another 4.5 for the stage 2. But so in summary, the current status is that we are starting to work on the drawings. We're going to go to the council, put it in, hopefully get a construction certificate for the stage. The team is there. All the consultant team is there. The design team here is also very active. Construction certificate, we've got, it started on site. So future milestone, so this construction certificate December 9, 2019 is going to shift because of the delay we had recently. Stage 1, I'll still stick to it. Stage 2 is also, we're going to stick to it. Stage 1 is 4 million. So basically the project at the moment we're guessing is about, it's literally a guess because there's lots of things that we are unaware of what's going to be the final one. We are saying is 8.5, but when I say guess, it's not like it's going to become 18 or it's going to go 3. It'll be within that 8.5 is a realistic number as of today. Depends on how long it takes and how many stages we do. So lesser the number of stages, the lower the cost of it, because you're not coming back again and again. Design issues, this is, we have approached beyond that. So these are the design issues which you have to be met. And that's it. That's the end of any questions.
The goals and objectives. That is the progress report which Amitabh has already covered. And then the financial part, how the finances are tracking. So why we are doing this in the first place? This project has been named Hare Krishna Community and Cultural Center. So as Hari Bhakti was saying, it is not just building a building with bricks and cement. It is a community we are building. And this community will reach out and give opportunity for people to come in contact with Krishna, which is the real purpose of our life. So right now, Sydney has a population of how many millions? Almost 5 million. We don't have enough resources to reach out to that many people. That's why we need another center. In fact, many more centers. And that's why Prabhupada said to bring the member society together and nearer to Krishna. That's the purpose. That's the purpose Prabhupada gave us. A purpose of teaching a simpler and more natural way of life. So this is through building the community and through the cultural center. There's culture. Today we had a cultural presentation from Hari Bhakti Day and his team. You saw what a powerful presence, isn't it? After this, actually surprise for you, surprise. After my presentation, there will be a special Odissi dance. You must have seen 2 beautiful ladies dressed up. So they are going to do Odissi dance after this as well. Understanding that these are the ways to bring people closer to Krishna. Krishna is the best dancer. Right? Krishna is the best dancer. It's called Natavara. He dances better than Radharani is also the best dancer. Radha and Krishna together are the best dancers. So why shouldn't we also dance? So therefore there is dance, there is music, there is prasadam, there is good food. It's all part of culture. So recent developments, just recapping on what Amitabh said. We have worked on interior design. First draft is getting ready now. And design draft. And then the construction certificate, we did that in March. The construction commenced in 2019 to preserve the DA. That was for the foundation piers. And we have a bold completion date of August 2021. With your kind support, 30th August 2021 is actually Janmashtami. And 2021 is also the 50th anniversary of Shri Radha Govinda ki. So what can be more auspicious? And 2022 is the opening of TOEP, Mayapur, International Headquarters. So a lot of excitement coming, many important days. And today is also very special. You know why? Today is the day Srila Prabhupada landed in America in 1965. Today is actually the day. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah. So we have been working on this project. So these are some of the timelines I just wanted to share with you, what we have done so far, which Amitabh already covered, but I just thought we'll just put it in a step format. It's easy to see. So we are working now on this design development, which is actually going on now, and that will go to the council in the next 4 to 6 months, this period. We'll be lodging of the section 96, which is 4.55, and the CC2, the construction certificate. And we're estimating Q2 2020 start of construction. Amitabh, is that a fair area? Quarter 2? Q2 is 6 months away from now. So Q2 is the ref quarter area putting. And all leading up to 2021 opening of stage 1. Now I'm going to show this picture with a big disclaimer. Being naughty here. This is not what you see on stage on the day 1, I can tell you right now. But having said that, we will have a basic structure which Amitabh showed. But we would like to have more decorative things. This is only indicative that we can have something decorative like this is possible. Today we have with us Arvind. Who is Arvind? He is a person who has visualized this. He's done a beautiful design. But we will not be building this on day 1. Day 1 is what council has approved, what Amitabh and Project Vision have done, speaking to the council, that's what will come. But we also want to make our center very, very beautiful. In fact, one of our spiritual masters, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami, he said that this should be more attractive to the people than even opera house. Now that sounds like a joke, isn't it? Come on, how can you build something like that? But I'll tell you the reason behind it. There's a reason behind it. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami said this, and he's not an ordinary person. He has built a beautiful temple in Ujjain in 1 year, starting from scratch. In 11 months, he built a temple in Ujjain. From the day he started, let's build a temple, to the opening day, only 11 months. So he has done not only one place, many places. Now he's doing a big project in DeLand, Florida. How many millions?
Prabhuji, that's around 20 million.
$20 million project in US, in Florida. So here is not someone who makes idle statement. And the reason he's saying that is because how many times have you visited Opera House? Once, twice, thrice? Do you feel excited to go to Opera House again?
No.
But this center, you want to go every week or every day. That's the difference. That's why it's more beautiful than Opera House. It's more attractive. Not so much the bricks and the sand and the design, but what actually goes on in the center. It's a live, cultural, spiritual center. Every day there's going to be Aarti, Kirtan, Prasadam distribution, dance, drama, music, festivals. Now you don't have that in Opera House, no offense, but right? So the attraction is of a different kind. All I'm trying to say here is that maybe we'll call Arvind Prabhu. I've got two, I put only 2 of your drawings here, not put all of them, just because we don't have much time. But he has worked very, very hard under the guidance of our design team, and he's been working for many, many hours.
I would like to present. Hare Krishna, everybody. It was indeed a real pleasure and blessing, to be honest, to be involved in such a project. Of course, like what Vijay Prabhu has already told, the very first day of the construction, you would not be able to see this because there's a lot of external work, decorative work that needs to be done, which there are 2 issues here. One is the council, the second is the cost. So when these 2 are put together, then we would definitely see what you see on screen here. I've got an animation video of the building, so maybe we can have a look at it and
So it's just it's good because Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, he wanted devotees to dream, dream for Krishna, dream big, dream ambitious, dream something very special. Now the engineer in me is, I'm also an engineer, so engineer means saying, nah, I gotta be realistic. Come on, get real. It costs money, agreed. But what I'm saying is, why we should stop the community from saying, we are ready to fund a spectacular building that will attract people to Krishna. Now, why did Prabhupada build this temple in the first place? Tell me. Why did Prabhupada go about building temples? There are already so many churches, temples and mosques. Why did Prabhupada go building temples? He said, because if I sit under a tree, no one is going to come. If you have a beautiful center, people will come just to admire the place, just to get some good food there, listen to some good music, see some nice cultural performances, and slowly they come to Krishna. Not everybody open Bhagavad Gita and say, give me the beat, 16 rounds I'll chant, let's go. Not everyone is going to do that on day 1, right? So we have, okay, we can see now. You come Arvind, you come down. So that's why we want to build something so attractive that will be a unique feature of Sydney. You come to Sydney, people should say, have you been to the Hare Krishna Community Centre, Windsor Road? Everyone should ask you. Right? When you go to Sydney, they say, have you seen the Opera House? Have you seen the Harbour Bridge? Similarly, have you seen the Hare Krishna Centre? Okay, now I'm hand over.
Yeah, this is the main entrance of the center. This is going to be how it is. It's got a grand entrance staircase where you can go into the ground floor. We're going to build the ground floor initially, but then when you complete the project, this is how it's going to look. So that's the main entrance. And on this is the phase 2 of the project, which is the guest house. Yeah, this is the guest house. There's parking all around the building. This is the rear side of the guest house. This is the rear. Of course, I want to incorporate all the traditional Indian architectural style. The initial design didn't have the traditional feeling with it. It had a more of a house or a residential feeling to it. But this is how I've envisioned it. That's the altar, and that's the front entrance view. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank Arvind. He's put in a lot of hard work and used his creative design and wonderful experience. He's done as a voluntary service for us. So I'd like to offer a gift to Arvind today. So please, if you can come forward. And since you're an artist, we'll give you a Krishna art book as a gift. Thank you so much. You'll get many ideas from this. Thank you. So let's get back to where we were. Yeah, we're in that view. Can you make it F5 and bring it to that? Press F5. Okay, I'll take it there. Okay, just to introduce you to our design team who is working behind the scenes. We got the lead of design team, Pranameshwar Krishna Prabhu. Please stand up. Is Pranam Prabhu is calling Pranameshwar Krishna. And he's got other devotees in the team. Abhijit Prabhu is not here. Engineering team is Sachinandan Prabhu. Where is Sachinandan? There he is. He's the man. He works for Endeavor Energy. And he's been giving a lot of ideas on electrical stuff. Similarly, we got Jagdish Prabhu, Public Relations, and he is the jack of all trades. And events team, you saw the last Janmashtami organized. So that was headed up by Raju and Sarla Mataji. Where is Raju Prabhu? Sarla Mataji. They have got a whole team behind them. 70 devotees who are classed for Janmashtami. Big team. Very nice. And then we have the communications team. Parul, where's Parul? Parul is on the stage. Can you put up your hand? And she has got a team of young 14 devotees. They're all young people. No one is above 20 years old. All under 20 years. So they're doing a very good job on communication. Then we got Radha Govinda Ashram, which is our temple before the temple. And that's being looked after by Ashwin and Dilakshmi. Where are you? Ashwin and Dilakshmi, please stand up at the back. So they don't have more than half their house for ashram. They have given it to us as a starting point. We don't have temple yet, but we are preparing for the temple. So 2 years before the temple actually comes up, we are getting ready. So we have different devotees like Dushta Krishna Prabhu is there. He is part of the DT department, and we have Richa Mataji also here. Apart from singing beautiful bhajans, he also does help in the DT department, getting the Pujari team ready. So I may not be able to call all the names, so don't mind. Radha Govinda Ashram Sunday feast, Sarvatirtha Prabhu, he has been doing marketing more than Sunday feast. He is a marketing guru. In fact, Sarvatirtha Prabhu was the one responsible to bring Hari Bhakti Day and his team here. So please give a big hand to him. And then we have media and technology team. We have Harinam Kalpaviksha Prabhu. Where is Harinam Prabhu? Put up your hand. Yeah, right. He is also in the DT department. He is helping in more than one place. And of course, we got here again Radha Govinda Festivals and DT department. Dushta Krishna Prabhu. Please put up your hand. Last time we didn't see you. And Schofield Hall program, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Raju and Janardhan Prabhu, they are looking after Schofield. So we have 2 centers now. One center is in Toongabbie, another center is in Schofields. So every Saturday we have Schofield program in the evening, and every Sunday we have Toongabbie program, morning 9:30, 12 o'clock, and 4 o'clock is Sunday Feast in Toongabbie on Metella Road. So every Sunday. So this is preparing us for the new temple, getting ready. Running a temple is not easy, no joke. To give you an idea, North City Temple, to run a temple with 3 altars, there's nearly 300 volunteers. That's a small temple. Imagine a big temple, we're going to have Sri Sri Gopikesh, Radha Govinda and Sitaram Lakshmanuman. To run such a big temple, we need at least more than 500 or 600 devotees to run the center. So it's a very big responsibility. Money is one part, but running the center is very different. In fact, most of the times the GBCs or sannyasis, they have told me that you can raise the money, that's not a problem, but who is going to run the center? Who is going to operate it 7 days a week? Krishna works very long hours, as you know. He wakes up at 3:50 a.m. in the morning and doesn't go to bed till 9:30 in the night. That is Krishna. And he works 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and forever. So who can work like that? No one is as hard working as Krishna. So to look after him, we need a lot of devotees. So we appreciate all your participation. And of course, we've got Radha Govinda books team also, Krishna Priya Mataji. She's not here today, but please thank her as well. Distributing books is very important. Like Prabhupada said, through book distribution, you can make changes to the people's heart. When they read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, they see all the changes. So that was the team. Now coming to the financial side, as you can see, we have till today got pledges from all of you. Thank you very, very much, of $3.1 million. Yeah, all of you put together for the last 5 years have pledged $3.1 million, and only have 900,000 left. If we reach that, we can do phase 1, which we are targeting at 4 million. Out of 3.1 million, 2.1 million has already been realized. This has already been donated. And this is sitting in the offset account. Our land for the temple, 4-acre land, cost us $2 million. So we put it in the offset account. So on the land, the loan left is only $70,000 left. We pretty much paid off the land. Of course, we will draw that money again and use it for construction. But what I mean to say is, the money that you all are donating very kindly is working very hard, reducing the interest on the land loan. We have 2 million loan on the land, and we need another 4 million to do the construction of phase 1. So the money, while it's not constructing, is actually saving lots of money. In fact, if we didn't have this $2.1 million, we would be paying $10,000 a month interest. But because we have this in offset account, we're paying only $1,000, $1,100 a month interest. So a huge saving of nearly $9,000 every month for the last 5 years, because you all have been very kind enough to donate. So that's my humble request. All the pledges, please try to fulfill them as soon as possible, because the sooner you put the money in there, the less interest will pay, less money is wasted. So we are very, very grateful for that. So we have only 0.9 million left. Devotees are paying monthly, some devotees are paying quarterly, some are paying annually. You can donate at your own pace. So here are the donation history so far. 3.1 million. We had 20 dinners so far. Today is dinner 21. And we have got pledges already for 3.1 as I mentioned, and paid till date is 2.1, and roughly 0.9 billion is outstanding in pledges. That is coming in slowly. People are giving gradually month by month. So that's the scorecard. This looks better than the Indian cricket team. Okay, now the costs. These are the costs we already incurred so far. Apart from the land, we have got 1.262 million already spent, and we still have to do the construction certificate and section 4.55, and then the actual construction will start next year. It will be estimated by quantity survey is 4 million. Hopefully we can do less than that, but we have to keep that as a target. Okay, so 3.1 has been realized so far. So today's dinner, we are setting a target of 100,000. If you can get at least 100,000 century, then we'll be in a good shape. We need to raise 500,000 per year. If we can do that, then we have, Amitabh suggested, right, by 2023, we can do the second phase of the temple also and get that as well completed. If we can raise $500,000 per year, that's our target. And so far this year, we already raised 180,000 roughly. Is that right? 180,000, correct? Yeah, so we got only 300,000 left. So, but I'm still setting a conservative target here, 100,000. I wish, I'm sure with all your support, everyone does a little bit, we can actually complete this target today easily. Yesterday I was in Auckland in New Zealand. I work in New Zealand and I commute to Sydney, as most of you know. I went to a home program yesterday and I told the devotees that we are building a temple in Sydney. Kindly help us. And before the host of the house, before the elders got up, a 5-year-old girl got up. She went into a room, brought out her piggy bank, and she emptied the entire piggy bank and said, Prabhu, this is for building the temple. Entire piggy bank, 5-year-old. And how much was there in that? $11. 10 cents, 20 cents, she put all together. I counted and said, Beta, you are given more than anyone. Your $11 is worth more than, as Hari Bhakti Prabhu was saying, we make money by so many means, but how much are we giving? In Christianity they say, God sees not how much you give, but how much you keep. So that girl, she gave 100%. She didn't even hold back anything. So we have very inspiring devotees like that. And one such person reminds me here is Rameshwar Prabhu here. He is an elderly person in his 80s. I never get tired of giving his example. He's been in our community. He's well past the retirement age, right? He doesn't have to work. But he goes every week to people's home. Knock, knock. Say, what do you want? We are building a temple. Can I do some work for you? Can I mow your lawn? Can I do some work? Handyman work, right? Any work. To earn some money, so I can contribute to building the temple. He is a retired person in his 80s. Why does he have to go and mow the lawn? I don't mind mow my own lawn. I'm so lazy. But here is an elderly person taking a lawnmower and saying, I want to do some seva, earn some little bit of money and give it to Krishna. So we have a 5-year-old who's given the entire piggy bank, and we have an 80-year-old or 80 plus, Prabhu, 80? 80 probably is 80 years? Yeah, 80 years old. Also giving everything. So these are the great personalities. Because of his desire, because of the little girl's desire, and because of all your desire, the temple will come. Krishna will see you. Whatever happens will come. So that's what Prabhupada says. The best use of power and opulence is to engage them in the service of the Lord. So whatever we have, he didn't say give 100% to Krishna. The little girl gave 50%, Rameshwar Prabhu gives 100%, but our Shastra says we should try to give 50%. If you can't give 50%, at least 25%, 10%, something. Because in this universe, we are taught to take all the time, isn't it? But actually, if you take all the time and don't give back, the circuit is not complete. The universe is not complete. The universe is not complete. We are taking all the time. That's why there is a carbon emission problem, pollution problem, isn't it? Environmental problem, because we are taking so much and not giving back. The moment we start giving back, what happens? Two things happen. First thing, the universe is complete. Secondly, we ourselves get more. Today you are earning and I am earning because we gave something in the past. But how long will that last? So we have to keep giving for our own benefit and for benefiting the community. And that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So here is the pledge form. If you all inclined to make a pledge, which all our devotees are having. Sarla Mataji, Raju Prabhu, Sarvatirtha Prabhu, they all got forms. But my only reason